Joe versus Wardlow for the TNT Championship. So there's a lot to kind of go over here because earlier on in the show, Samoa Joe attacked Wardlow during an interview, and he basically busted out his inner Tanya Harding and hit Wardlow, like popped him with a bat on the knee, and it looked pretty damn brutal. Was it a bat or was it a pipe or something, whatever, but he pops him right in the knee. The entire show, commentary is mentioning, we haven't heard anything. We don't know if Wardlow's cleared. We have no idea if he's going to be in this match, if this match is even going to happen. We have no idea. And up until this main event started, we did not know for sure whether or not Wardlow was going to be coming out and doing this match. Now, here's where my train of thought was at this point in time. I'm thinking, okay, either Wardlow's going to come out and he is going to basically use this as this big obstacle that he had to overcome, and he's going to win, and there's going to be this big celebration. I had this feeling while I was watching the show, and I was going to tweet it out, but I decided not to because I was like, fuck, what if I'm wrong? But I had this feeling. I'm like, something is going to happen here tonight, and it's going to be unexpected, but I don't know what. I had this like gut feeling that something was going to happen, but I really wasn't sure. So I was like, I'm not going to tweet anything because I don't want to for people to think I know something, right? I don't know shit. All right. So I'm thinking, okay, they're either going to have him win, or if he does lose, it's going to be because of the attack from earlier. So I really was kind of split, torn. I did not know what they were going to do here. I didn't know what direction they were going to go in. So Wardlow goes in there. He hits Samoa Joe with a spine buster. Joe obviously goes after that knee. He gets him with a knee breaker. We see Wardlow later on in this match execute a beautiful senton on Samoa Joe. And it's funny because we've seen Wardlow do this stuff before. This is not new. Seeing Wardlow go out there and be so agile and hit all of these, remarkable things that a guy his size should not be doing, right? Or that you think a guy his size shouldn't be doing. So he goes out there, he hits that senton on Joe. He gets him with 2 German suplexes. He ends up running up into the ropes. He kind of limps a little bit with the knee, but he does a backflip onto Samoa Joe. So we were really getting kind of this moment where it was like Wardlow was building up to possibly getting the win in this match. He even gets Samoa Joe with a brilliant headbutt, and then he gets him with a clothesline. He goes for the pin, but Joe kicks out, so it's a near fall, and that, my friends, is a believable near fall, all right? Back to what I was talking about earlier. But anyways, Joe ends up locking in the rear naked choke on Wardlow. Wardlow passes out here, and Samoa Joe wins. And I was like, oh shit. Given that we kind of peaked with Wardlow during this match where they really, really built up like he was coming back and he was going to get his win, and then he didn't, I was shocked. Now, do not confuse shocked, because I was shocked that Wardlow won here, but do not confuse that with me wanting Wardlow to win. I wanted Samoa Joe to win, but because of everything that was playing out, I really did think it was Wardlow. So I thought Wardlow was going to win, but I wanted Samoa Joe to win. But at this point, I was shocked that Samoa Joe won, even though I was rooting for him because I didn't want him to lose the title. I still think that having Samoa Joe as double champion, there's a lot that you can kind of do there. We'll talk more about that later. I'm thinking, oh my God, what does this mean for Wardlow, right? At this point, I'm thinking, what does this mean for Wardlow? Because Wardlow, things haven't necessarily been going too great for him. And we've talked about this before. I didn't think his TNT Championship run was anything to really, write home about. I thought that they did a lot. I just didn't think they did much with him as champion, right? And then I mentioned on previous shows that I did think that they lost so much of the momentum that Wardlow had gotten off of his feud, off of his story, off of the real true life situation with him and MJF and everything that was surrounding Double or Nothing. And I think that Wardlow lost a lot of momentum since then. And even when he got the belt, they didn't do much with him really as champion. When he was teaming up with Samoa Joe, I thought that stuff was pretty good, but that was about it, right? Okay. So at this point, I'm thinking, what the hell is going on with Wardlow? So Samoa Joe gets up and he kind of waits for Wardlow to, come back to consciousness. And once Wardlow gets up, it seems, or he makes you believe that Samoa Joe is going to go in for a handshake, that he's going to be like, you know what, good match. So I'm thinking there, all right, maybe this is just going to be, you know what, sportsmanship, and that's how they're going to tie the end here on Wardlow. But no, Samoa Joe ends up hitting him with a bout and knocking out Wardlow again. And I'm like, okay, well, I love that because that's so in line with Samoa Joe. And I love Killer Samoa Joe. I love mean, savage Samoa Joe. So even though I was shocked, loved it. But then it's not over yet. Samoa Joe goes under the ring and he pulls out a toolbox and he gets the scissors. The second he got the scissors, I'm like, oh man, he's cutting his hair. He's cutting freaking Wardlow's hair. And so he gets into the ring and he cuts off Wardlow's beautiful man bun. Wardlow's ponytail is not making it into 2023, guys. It's not making it. It's dead and gone. Bye bye. He cuts off his ponytail, and I'm thinking, man, you obviously beat the man. You beat the man, and then you make it seem like you're going to shake his hand, and then you knock him out again. And while he's down and out, you take out his you take off his ponytail. So Wardlow has to get revenge on Samoa Joe. You don't just get your hair cut off by some man and then not go get your revenge. There's got to be something there. Like, this cannot be the end for Wardlow. And so I'm thinking, okay, if this is the end for Wardlow, what's happening here? Are they going to do a revamp of Wardlow? Is that why he cut the hair off? What's happening? So then it's not over yet. Afterwards, we end up getting this all, who knows what more Samoa Joe could have done until Darby Allin comes in. So Darby Allin rolls up in there with the skateboard and everything and runs off Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe's like freaking pissed. He's livid at this. And Darby Allin basically says he's going for the TNT Championship. Now, Darby Allin is a former TNT champion. I loved Darby Allin's run as TNT champion. They did a whole lot with him as champion. I was a fan of that. Are we done here with Wardlow and Samoa Joe? Is this over? Is Wardlow going to get a new look? Is Wardlow going to get his revenge on Samoa Joe? Is Wardlow just going to let it go and do something else? Get this new reinvention? What is going to happen to Wardlow? Is this going to turn into Samoa Joe, Wardlow, Darby Allin? Or is this just going to be Samoa Joe, Darby Allin? And obviously Samoa Joe and Darby Allin had their previous match not too long ago where Samoa Joe literally killed the guy. So that was something. So obviously Darby Allin is back getting his revenge off of that. So there's just a lot that's going on here right now that I'm pretty excited about. And I honestly, I want to see more of Samoa Joe and Darby Allin because I freaking love the match that they had together. It was literally Samoa Joe being the Samoa Joe that I want to see, literally just killing dudes. And Darby Allin is the guy that is willing to take all of these crazy bumps and do all these crazy things. So he was more than happy to basically be killed in there by Samoa Joe. It was all great stuff. They worked out perfectly. So I'm very excited to see continue to see this program with Samoa Joe and Darby Allin unfold. But it also gets me wondering what the hell is going to go on. In terms of what I'm kind of predicting here, I do think that Darby Allin might get the championship back, and I'm totally cool with that because I really like Darby Allin as TNT champion, but I also wouldn't mind if they just kept Samoa Joe going extra strong, man, if they just had him defeat Darby Allin again and kept him going strong. I feel like they could go either direction, and whatever direction they go with, I'm cool with it. We got William Pitcon, who says, I'm getting a feeling that Wardlow will cost Joe the title against Darby, so Joe versus Wardlow can have a grudge match at Revolution, but we'll see. I mean, they have to get you just can't leave Wardlow high and dry in terms of, so much of the interest, I think, for Wardlow did really kind of fade out a little bit, but then obviously he did so good in this match and it was so exciting and everybody was behind Wardlow. So I could see something like this playing out where you do get some sort of grudge match between Joe and Wardlow. I wouldn't hate that. And then it gets Darby the title. I don't hate that. I don't hate it. Thank you guys so much for watching this clip from my show, Speak Now Pro Wrestling. If you want to watch this show live, you can. I'm live on F4W Online Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And if you want to watch this full episode, you can click on the link below. Other than that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys.